Do recent headlines have you worried that we're going to see a real estate crash soon? I want to talk about 3 key data points that show the market's in a much healthier place than you might think. Hi, I'm Troy. If you're new to the channel, I talk about real estate in Austin, so if you want to stay up to date on those topics, hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified when new videos come out. And I don't just make awesome videos, I'm also a real estate agent here in Austin. So if you're thinking about buying or selling in the area, give me a call and I'd love to help you out. If you're worried we're headed for a real estate crash, you're not alone. In a recent survey, 67% of Americans thought we'd see a real estate crash in the next 3 years. It's not surprising they'd feel this way, given all the headlines you'd see on TV and online. But does the data really back that up? We're gonna look at 3 key things that show where the market's actually at today compared to the housing crash of '06. Those are credit availability, foreclosures, and home inventory levels. The Mortgage Bankers Association comes out with data that shows how easy it is to get a mortgage. If we take a look at the last couple of years and compare that to the run-up to the housing crash, you'll see that it was actually 8 times easier to get a loan in '04 through '06 than it was the last 2 years. This is because most lenders learned their lessons and realized that it wasn't a good credit risk to be giving loans to people without any income or asset documents. The fact that lending standards remained tight the last couple of years is one key point to show that we're not likely to see a run of foreclosures like we did in '06 through '08. And it was this double impact during the housing crash of fewer buyers available and increased inventory due to foreclosures that truly caused the home prices to drop as significantly as they did. This go around, while we have seen fewer buyers in the market due to higher interest rates and job insecurity, it's nowhere near the same levels as it was in '06 through '08. The second thing we want to look at is foreclosure starts. You may have seen headlines showing a spike in foreclosures over the last couple of years. While foreclosures have risen slightly compared to the historically low levels of 2021 and 2022, foreclosures are still well below the average for that time period and significantly below the numbers for the real estate crash. This goes hand in hand with our first point about mortgage credit being harder to come by. Because people had to be qualified in order to get a loan the last couple of years, they're a lot less likely to need to foreclose on a property due to not having income or not having assets to be able to pay the mortgage. And so while it's not surprising that there's a little bit of an uptick considering the number of layoffs big companies have shown, there's nothing to indicate that we're going to see an avalanche of foreclosures the way we did in '06 through '08. Our third and final point is inventory levels. Again here, we are seeing an increase in the amount of homes on the market compared to the last couple of years. But we need to continue to be aware of the fact that what we saw in 2021 and 2022 was historical anomalies. And so comparing inventory levels to those years just isn't an accurate picture of where things currently stand. Again, if we look at a 20-year window, inventory levels are still relatively low. This is due to the fact that home builders didn't overbuild in the last couple of years. Also, many homeowners have been able to rent their properties out rather than put them on the market when there aren't buyers available. Now, if we go back to our previous point about foreclosures remaining relatively low, this will have an impact on inventory levels going forward, and the fact that we won't see a flood of homes hit the market due to a significant rise in foreclosures. All 3 of these factors indicate that we're in a significantly different market than we were in 2004, 5, and 6. And while the number of buyers have been reduced and homes are sitting on the market longer than they have in a couple of years, this doesn't mean we're going to see a real estate crash anytime soon. In fact, with inventory levels relatively low, the possibility for home prices to appreciate is possible. Now, I don't anticipate that happen anytime soon, but when consumer confidence turns, we could see it happen faster than a lot of people think. What are your thoughts on where the real estate market's at now and where you think it's headed? I'd love to know in the comments. And if you found this video useful, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button and stay updated on what's happening in Austin and in the real estate market.